going on? What's going on? It's your boy, Coach Anthony. Decided to drop a quick video for you guys before we head out to the Westerns in Reno, Nevada. I got Natalie Dove, that's like you see here on the t-shirt. She's competing in the Western qualifiers. It's a big tournament for the amateur boxers, especially for the ones who want to go ahead and advance to the 2020 Olympics next year. So it's a really big tournament, and she was actually gonna be a partner with me in this video, but she trained really hard today, you know what I mean? So she just decided that she'll do it when she gets back. Now I want to give a huge shout out to Bryan, Callen, and Joe Rogan. You know, my name was mentioned. Somebody, if you follow me on Instagram, you see that I had posted that they had given me, not a shout out, but they mentioned my name on their podcast, and it's truly an honor because, you know, the Joe Rogan podcast is a great podcast. I love his podcast. They talk about all different kinds of things. They talk about boxing, MMA, real life. Just a really dope, great platform, and just having my name mentioned was an honor. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link to the podcast in the description today, so if you guys wanna check that out, I think I'm somewhere 1 minute and 38 seconds, hey, but who's counting, you know what I mean? But it's in there if you wanna see them mention my name, but I appreciate them mentioning me. Today's video is going to be a basic video, but then a little complex. Basically what boxing is, I mean, everything in boxing is easy and difficult at the same time. That's what I like to say, because a lot of this stuff is like common sense if you know how to box, but then again, somebody has to teach you. So common knowledge in boxing is when you throw a 1-2, right? I'm gonna do this on the heavy bag, but first I'm gonna shadow it, okay? You throw a 1-2, 1, 2. Typically, 9 times out of 10, when the left hook comes, you're gonna go under. I like to take the step to create the angle, but typically you're gonna go under the hook. So you're gonna go 1, 2, under. All right, that's not what this video is about. I'm just giving you where I'm headed with this, okay? Then the next thing is 1, 2, 3, you go under the opposite direction, right? So you throw a 1, 2, you bob under to your right to avoid the left hook. You go 1, 2, 3, you bob under to your left to avoid the right hand. Typically a right hook, looping shot, or even a straight right hand you can go under. What I'm gonna talk about today though is going 1, 2, 3, but then going under to my right. Why you do it and how you do it, okay? And so for instance, if I'm hitting the heavy bag, right? I'm just here working the bag and I throw a 1, 2, 3, I'm just gonna talk about what naturally happens if you do everything fundamentally correct. So if I go here and I go 1, 2, 3, I reset. So look, I'm doing it slow. 1, 2, 3, and I'm here again. 1, 2, 3, and I'm here again. I don't like to go 1, 2, 3 and stay on the bag. I like to go 1, 2, 3 and slightly reset back to where I started. Maybe a little bit off that line, okay? Let me go ahead and break that down. See, I try to break everything down to you guys as deep as I can, but if I go 1, 2, 3, and I stay here, straight right hand can hit me. If I go 1, 2, 3, and slightly reset, I am slightly off that line, so if that right hand comes, I can slip it, okay? I don't want to get off track here, but that's going to be the natural tendency most of the time when you throw a hook. And then from there, we're just going to bob under to our right. First, I'm going to show you how to do it, then I'm going to explain why you do it. So if I'm here, and I go 1, 2, 3 again. So if I'm boxing, I go pop, pop, pop. See what I did? Pop, pop, pop. One more time. Pop, pop, pop. Now what I'm doing is I'm going 1, 2, 3, slipping and rolling. But I'm not really slipping the right hand. If I had a demonstrating partner, it would look something like I go 1, 2, 3, I throw the straight right hand for them to slip offline, and then I throw the hook, and they go under the hook. But in this situation, you're not necessarily slipping a right hand. All you're doing is resetting the body. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, a slight reset, just so I can go ahead and go under. It's such a minimal reset, you really shouldn't even see it. So if I do it one more time, and I do it, I go pop, 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 pop. See, I'm not putting out all these punches because I'm just trying to let you guys see it. Pop, 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 pop. Now the reason for that would be because a lot of the times when you throw a left hook, the counter is the left hook. You might have heard a lot of times fighters say, don't hook with a hooker, or be careful for the left hook counter when you're throwing your hook. And it's a natural tendency that when a person throws a hook, that left hook is the counter, because one of the main counters in boxing is somebody throws a left hook at me and I catch it, and I distribute the weight on one side, I fire back a hook, okay? But what I'm doing in this situation is I'm throwing the 1, 2, 3, and just in case, now I'm going under the hook. A lot of times we only concern ourselves with the right hand when we're going with our left hook, because we're worried about this side, but we can't forget about this side. So you work both, you know what I mean? You go to 1, 2, 3, roll under hook, and you go 1, 2, 3, and then roll under right. I'm not a big fan of doing that with the right hand though. If I go 1, 2, roll under, 9 times out of 10, that's all I'm doing. I'm not a big fan of going 1, 2, slipping right to go under this way. I've seen some people drill that. I'm not a big fan of that because you run into the left hook. If I go 1, 2, somebody throws a left hook, now I'm either gonna eat it on my glove or I'm gonna eat it on my chin. It's much safer to just throw the 1, 2 and bob under, or 1, 2, and somebody may argue and say, well, if you throw the 1, 2 and the straight right hand comes, you can slip the right hand, but then I still gotta worry about the left hook. I'm better off just rolling under, clearing both, or throwing a 1, 2, slipping left, and sliding out to my left. See, I'm getting advanced. See, I'm going crazy. I'm going like 4 videos in one. But that's what that is. Add that to your boxing. Go to the link below. When I get back, I'm gonna have a whole new package for you guys to purchase. A lot of people have been purchasing the footwork video. A lot of people have been purchasing the Philly Show video. That Philly Show video is still on there. Still a fantastic video. I think more of you guys should look into that one. But at the end of the day, I got more stuff coming. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. You never know who's watching, guys, so make sure you're always on your best behavior. All right, y'all, one more thing, man. You know, I just wanted to make sure you guys are clear on why I like to reset, okay? If I go 1, 2, 3, look where my weight's at. It's already over. All my weight is already over on this side. So for me to bob under to my right is gonna be unnatural. So what I have to do in that situation is reset so I can go under to my right. So I'm going ba ba ha, as opposed to going ha 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 and trying to figure out, if I'm gonna bob under from this position, then all I'm doing is leaning back over to my left so I can counter back with a hook. But if I'm trying to go ahead and avoid that hook, I gotta do the slight reset because it's too unnatural to distribute the weight from here back to my right. I have to come to my left to go into my right. Everything in boxing in reality is forward, back, left, right. Forward, back, left, right. So you have to go left and right in order to make these movements work properly, all right? Just wanted to add that little tip because I forgot to put that in the video. Sometimes that happens, but I caught it. Boxing life.